Alright, lastly, we have a force trick. In my opinion, the most powerful of the three I will be teaching you and the tricks you can do right now. See, a force is so powerful because the spectator believes that they had a completely free choice of card, and whatever you're going to do is impossible. And if it was not a force, that would be completely impossible. But because you know how it is done, you can completely blow their brains out. Like with a shotgun in a zombie apocalypse. I'm not sure why I made that metaphor. So, moving on from that, here we can use any force we want. Because a force is a way of selecting a card, so you don't need to do the pick a card, the touch a card, or tell it to stop, unless it's in the motion of creating that force. You don't have to do a false shuffle, a control, because, oh, it depends what you want to do, but the first thing I'm going to show you, you don't have to. See, I have the Queen of Hearts on top. Let's say I want to do a riffle force, so tell when to stop. You can do a bit more, a bit less, and it's like, no, right there. And say, alright, take a look at this card. So, obviously it's Queen of Hearts, but you don't show yourself. You can place it in the middle. And another beautiful thing about this trick is, after you square the deck up, you can have them shuffle the deck. Because you know what the card is. You know what you forced on them. And after they shuffle however they want. It doesn't matter where the card is for this trick. Or just this first version I'm going to be teaching you. You can say, oh, watch. If I give the deck a little press, like, I'm not exactly sure what your card is or where it is, but if I give the deck a press, it kind of signifies it that there was one card that was actually chosen, and that card, like an elevator, just starts going slowly to the bottom of the deck. Oh, no. Your card wasn't the 5 hearts. I mean, you don't really have to do that. You can just go into the thing I'm about to do, and I will surprise you, because so you can say it goes through the bottom, even through this pad to the underside, and you can see there's one card right here. What was your card? The Queen of Hearts? Bam. Okay, so if you're fooled, that's a duplicate. There is a Queen of Hearts in this deck, but that's the second one. So what I did there was called an impossible location. You just have a duplicate of a card, and you can place it literally anywhere you want. You can place it in your pocket or under the table. You could, if you're good enough, then you can like place it on their chair before they sit, and then maybe before a whole act you do, and then when you finally want to do a force trick, you can say like, oh, it's like whatever justification you want to do is like it's under your chair, and then that's like completely mind-blowing right there. So that's one version of how to use a force trick. Another way, if you don't want to use a duplicate, is to use the complement of the card. So if you force the 8 of spades, then you can have the 8 of clubs somewhere. It's just like, oh, it's a perfect complement, same number, same suit, as long as you justify that. Because otherwise, it just looks like you have a random card in your pocket. So, really, you don't have to know where the card is at all in the force. And that's one of the beautiful things about it. Another thing you can do is maybe upload a picture of that card that you force on your home screen of your phone. And it's like, or you can put the duplicate of the card in the back of your phone. That's another impossible location. But that's also really powerful because it's completely impossible. How would you know, even before the trick started, that they would pick that card? And they would have no idea. They would have no conclusion that you forced a card on them because they believe that they had a free choice. And lastly, sorry this video is going over 5 minutes, but it's mentalism. You might not know what mentalism is, but it's kind of the art of reading people, like a psychic, or pretty much you're a lie detector. So after you force, let's say, the 8 of spades again, blah, 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 blah. Any force you want. It could be Riffle Force, a Hindu Force, or just anything you want. So, after you force this card, 8 of Spades, you have them place it in the card, place it in the deck, and you don't really need to shuffle it. You can actually have them hold it in their hand just the whole time, and you can do like mentalism. And what the purpose is, like, oh, can you say red or black for me? And then just come up with some BS excuse to choose black, because you know their card's the 8 of Spades, and then you go through the motions, oh, clubs or spades, and you can go through the motions of Ace 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 Jack Queen King. It's like, oh, I don't really think it's by the ends, somewhere in the middle, maybe 6 through 10. Can you say those once again for me? 6 7 8 9 10. Oh, really? I think we're squeezing it down more. Is your card the 8 of Spades? So you can just really work on the act of just BSing, of reading people. And there really is not much of a formula to this, but I'll put down the different ways you can perform a force, I guess. And please use this very powerful effect to your advantage, whatever it be an impossible location, mentalism, put it on your home screen. It's whatever you make it to be. And always come up with your own pattern script, whatever you find, that will make it as magical as possible, especially for you. See y'all.